We also have new details this morning on the American man beginning the new year in Russian custody. NBC Pentagon correspondent Hans Nichols at the White House this morning. Hans, Paul Whelan is accused of being a spy by the Kremlin. What have you learned about this detainment and Paul himself?
Well, at this point, there's more mystery than clarity on this whole case. What we know is from the brother, his twin brother, a 48-year-old. He says his brother Paul is a retired Marine. And here's what he tweeted out this morning, saying that my brother was detained by the Russian government on Friday as an alleged spy. Now, the brother says that he had been traveling for 2 weeks in Russia. He left on the 22nd. It's not Paul Whelan's first trip to Russia. He works in corporate security services for Bog Warner, which is a automotive supply chain company. We know that he was in the Marines. We're working on getting the actual service record from his Marine Corps time. If you've been retired from the Marine Corps, that typically means that you've been in for more than 20 years. So we're trying to find out more about this individual, what he was doing there, and ultimately what sort of efforts there might be to get him freed. Remember, this could all be clouded by that case of Maria Butina. What the family is saying is that they don't want the politics to cloud this, and they're very cognizant that there are politics at play here.
So
Yasmin?
What are we hearing from inside Russia, if anything, really? I mean, not necessarily knowing if we're hearing much about that, if this is payback for Maria Butina, and how long this has really been planned. Is this reactionary now, or was this planned from her arrest way back when?
They are not making that claim in Russia. All they're saying in Russia is he's being arrested for carrying out an act of espionage. He was arrested on Friday, and they made that announcement on Monday. So the links between this case and the Butina case have been made by former intelligence officials here in the States. No one in Russia is explicitly, at least as I'm aware of at this hour, making those links.
We have a former CIA officer who was telling the Daily Beast, from my experience, we would almost never send someone to Russia without diplomatic immunity, given the laxity of Russian laws and the aggressiveness of their espionage apparatus. We could not guarantee the safety of someone traveling under official cover. Hans, what do you make of that?
Well, typically in any United States embassy anywhere across the globe, there's certain people that answer to the CIA, and they are there with a diplomatic passport. And if things go bad, they're expelled. Everyone kind of knows who they are, at least at the official level. That's why so frequently you'll have a lot of U.S. officials that are expelled, and then in response, you'll have Americans that expel Russian officials. So that's where it stands right now. But again, there's no indication from either, at least from the U.S. side, that he was in the paid employ of the United States Central Intelligence Agency. Yasmin?
Well, but as we well know, historically, this is certainly Russia's MO to pull off something like this. If we were to look back at sort of their spy practices in the past and how they monitor Americans abroad in their country. Hans Nichols for us. Thank you so much, Hans. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.